Hello everybody, welcome back to Jordan Golf TV, where we are talking about all things golf. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the coolest fashion brands in golf that you haven't heard of. Now I know that's a little bit presumptuous. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of a number of these brands, and a lot of you have probably even copped from them before. And so if you are feeling some of these recommendations, feel free to let us know down below. And if there are any other brands that I have missed, and I'm sure there are going to be a whole bunch, feel free to let us know down below in the comments so I can do a follow-up video to this down the line. Now, full disclaimer, this is not a paid post. This is not a sponsored post. I'm really just sharing some brands that I have been enjoying seeing online. I haven't actually copped from all of these brands before. A couple of the brands featuring in today's video have sent me some stuff that I've tried out and can speak to the quality of on a personal level, but by and large, the brands featuring in this video aren't actually brands that I've copped from yet. Right, so let's start off with Students Golf. To be fair, these guys are pretty well known. This isn't like a real low-key brand, but I thought I would mention them because they have some really cool stuff. They have 30.6K followers on IG. These guys have a little bit more of a streetwear vibe about their collections. We're talking slightly more baggier fits. We're talking slightly more cropped tops. They're big on the use of logos and prints. They also dial into that football aesthetic, that rugby aesthetic a little bit. They've got the flannel stuff. The reason I like Students is I feel like a lot of their stuff could also be worn quite happily in the streets, off the course, as well as on the course. Now, the only downside that I can see being based in the UK in copping from them is that because they're based in the US and they don't, as far as I know, have any outlets in the UK that they sell through, you might run the risk of incurring customs charges if you cop from them. But it's still nonetheless a very cool brand with some very cool stuff. Next up, we have Bold Golf. We Are Bold Golf. These guys have 23.1K followers on IG. And let's take a look at some of the pieces from their recent runway show, which I think went down during Ireland Fashion Week. This is where these guys are based, up in Ireland. Bro, these guys have got some really clean looks. Again, similar to Students in that they lean into a slightly more streetwear inspired look, which is kind of going to be the running theme for a lot of these brands in today's video. After all, most of golf fashion is pretty much the same. So yeah, they have some really cool looks that once again can be placed on the course, but can also play really well off the course. I've had Bold Golf actually send me some stuff and can speak to the quality of it from a personal level. Really nice quality stuff, really nice materials, really nice fits. They also have some really cool limited edition golf bags. Next up, we've got Golden Hour Golf. These guys actually are responsible for the hats that I'm wearing. Golden Hour Studios, they're also known as. These guys have 1,158 followers on IG, so a little bit smaller in terms of the audience on IG. Very much an up and coming brand. They recently dropped a collection for the autumn, which we should take a little bit of a look at here. Rugby sweatshirt here, 50 quid. Nylon overshirts, which is really good value at 55 quid. They've got the horizontal striped crew neck, and then you've got the hats as well. So pretty limited in terms of what they have up for offer at the moment. But these guys are also big in the community as well here in the UK and are well worth checking out. Okay, so next up, let's talk about Pluto Golf. These guys are pretty big. They've got 43.7K followers on Instagram. These guys have gotten a little bit of hype about them thanks to Bronny James, who's been videoed, pictured wearing their shoes in the recent past. They've done a whole bunch of collaborations, like for example this one here that they did with Sugarloaf Social Club in recent times. Pretty cool collaboration that featured a couple of keynote pieces, including these football inspired polos that got a lot of people talking about the merits of wearing this type of fashion on the course. And much like a lot of these brands, they generally tend to release collections and capsules and collaborations. They have limited availability on each drop, and they try to keep things fresh throughout the different seasons. So they also have accessories and head covers. The main thing that they're known for, as far as I'm aware anyway, is their P1 golf shoe, which has a very much sneaker type aesthetic about it. Looks a little bit like an Air Force One low, or maybe a skate shoe. Some of the colorways are really tough. A lot of the colorways are actually sold out, but they feature a soft spiked setup, but they look and wear, as you can see here, just like a sneaker. So this is another one of those items that you'd be quite happy to rock on the course, but also rock off the course as well. And I feel like that duality in golf fashion right now is playing a big part in informing people in their buying. Me especially, if I cop something for golf, part of me is thinking, well, a big part of me is thinking, bro, could I, rock that off the course as well? Or, could I get some good fits off with that in the streets? So yeah, some pretty cool stuff. They have Great British Pound pricing here, so I'm assuming that copping from them isn't going to be incurring any type of customs charges. So Pluto Golf, another good one worth a shout. Right, so let's talk about Sugarloaf Social Club. These guys have 68.1k followers on IG, pretty solid content, really nice looking stuff. Let's go over to their website, see what they have on offer right here. Let's take a look at their fall drop, part 1, some nice gilets, nice autumn stuff here. Again, you can see playing into the casual streetwear look. I like this red stripe head cover here, reminds me of the old Titleist 975 head cover back in the day, 57 quid. These guys have a wicked assortment of putter covers and towels. They sort of look like they're playing on a little bit of that old school Americana, red, white, and blue theme going on, some Ryder Cup action type stuff going on. Next up, we've got Gumtree Golf and Nature. If you guys have been following the channel, you remember I spoke about these guys earlier on in the summer when it became apparent that these guys had been flagrantly ripped off by Under Armour, who had seemingly taken some of their strong IP associated with bird watching and the outdoors, and they co-opted it for their own similarly inspired type campaign. Those videos, that content did a lot of numbers, and actually, ironically enough, resulted in these guys drawing a good solid following off the back of that controversy. But Gumtree Golf and Nature, these guys do handcrafted and sustainable one-of-a-kind releases, upcycled from found textiles. These guys are on, I want to say, like a slightly more expensive side of things because they're doing a lot of stuff on a more handmade basis, a little bit more individualized type of stuff. They're not just limited to the golf stuff, they've got wine totes as well. It's a little bit more of that luxury type stuff, but a lot of their famous stuff include the head covers, as well as the golf bags, as well as the collaborations. So if you really want to support a small upcoming golfing brand that's doing a lot for the sustainability side of things in terms of that upcycling stuff, these guys are definitely very cool. Okay, here's another one, pretty small, pretty low key, but up and coming, Slice Town. I'm sure a lot of us can relate to the name of this particular brand here, Slice Town. These guys are based out of central Scandinavia, and they have actually sent me a couple of bits which I can certainly speak to the quality of. The t-shirt, really nice. The trousers are really nice as well. Really reasonable prices as well. I've seen a lot of people out there wearing Parmore Golf. These guys have 5,859 followers. Seen these guys at a couple of summer social events. So they are outside and active in the social golf space here in the UK. They've got this really cool little looped P logo, which is quite catchy. And they've got some pretty good prices on a lot of their stuff. One of their most popular items from last season was this Fenomeno jersey, which looks a little bit like the Inter Milan football jersey. That sold out. I'm not surprised. At 38 quid, bro, that's a steal. 65 quid for a hoodie, really good. You've got the black gilet for 80 quid's really nice. A knitted pullover as well. Really cool vest here as well, 75 quid. So yeah, these guys have some really nice stuff for really reasonable prices. And they've also done some pretty cool collaborations with the likes of Mog Shade, who we're going to talk about in a moment as well. So yeah, check out Parmore for sure. So Mog Shade do made to order golf accessories. They have 3,619 followers on the gram. Some really cool designs. They are, like, you might argue some of these are pretty expensive. I mean, some of them are going for like 109 euros, 71 euros, but I guess it's the quality of the materials, man, and it's the craftsmanship, it's the attention to detail that justifies these higher prices. So if you're in the market for some really cool golfing accessories, bro, check out Mog Shade. And that is gonna wrap us up for this episode. Guys, I know there's like hundreds of brands I could have mentioned, but yeah, we just wanted to keep it nice and tight and tidy. Go ahead and check out all of those brands, give them a follow on IG, have a browse through their stores and their offerings to see if there's anything that you guys fancy, and let me know down below what you guys think. If there's any others that you want me to do a follow-up vid with, I would love to hear your recommendations down below. Thank you guys so much for watching the vid. I will see you very soon on the next one. Take care for now, and peace.